John, welcome to my channel, Disquiet and Dragons. In this video I'm going to be doing the Snob-O-Meter tag. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. I'm up on Cannock Chase today again. I'm just at an area called the 6 Crones at the moment, and I'm going to go for a walk. I think it's about 5 miles to where I'm going and back to the car. I'm going to a set of stepping stones that cross this little stream. But there's a pretty cool story behind these stepping stones. I'll tell you about that when I get there. But the main reason for doing the video is I'm going to do the Snob-O-Meter tag. So this reading tag was created by that reading guy 28, and I was kindly tagged by Stuart at Stuart Griffin and Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems. And I figured it's about time I start trying to catch up on some of the tags that are pretty cool, so I thought I'd give this one a go. So the first prompt is, what is your definition of book snobbery? I think I'd consider book snobbery as finding certain types or even genre of book to be intellectually beneath you. I think a good example of that would be with my favourite genre, horror. A lot of people that don't necessarily read horror might look at someone like Richard Lehman or Sean Hudson as being like super trashy and having nothing of worth in their writing. Couldn't be further from the truth, to be honest. I think a good story trumps everything. The second prompt is there a genre or type of book that you would never consider reading? And there is, but it's not because I consider it beneath me or not worth my time. It's just because I've got no real interest in the genre, and that's romance novels. And I'm not really struck on crime novels either. There are examples in both genres that I've read and enjoyed. I think crime novels, I read a Mo Hader book once that I thought was amazing, and romance, I've read a couple of romantasy books. One absolutely hated, the other I absolutely loved. So yeah, I'm saying that I wouldn't read in those genres, but yeah, there's definitely books in there that could appeal to my tastes. It's a difficult question to answer because there's always going to be outliers to this, but as a general rule, I don't really read romance books. The third prompt is, do you consider erotica as literature? And I had a little look in my dictionary before I came out, and the definition in the dictionary is literature is a work of writing or a novel. So I then went into my dictionary and looked at erotica, and it said erotica is a work of art or photography or a novel of erotic nature. So by those definitions alone, yeah, erotica's literature. The fourth prompt is it better to read classic literature over the popular bestsellers? Absolutely not. Those classic novels that are held in such high esteem, they were popular bestsellers one day. That popular bestseller that you've got on your shelf that you might be looking at and wanting to read, who's to say that in 100 years it might not be considered an absolute classic? Yeah, today's popular bestsellers are tomorrow's classics as far as I'm concerned. I'm just going to stop for a minute and show you something that's really cool. I'm up on Cannock Chase, and this part is known as the 6 Crones. I'll turn you around and show you the area that I'm in at the moment. So, on to prompt 5, which, have you ever bragged about reading a classic book in order to sound smart? I know the stereotypes about having a Midlands accent and how it equates to your intelligence, so it's very difficult for me to sound smart with this accent, I'm afraid. But going back to the question, no, I haven't. Don't really see the point in bragging about reading something that you haven't, and I don't read that many classics anyway, so yeah, it's not something I've ever done. And prompt 6 is, do audiobooks count as reading? The same as comics and graphic novels, and absolutely they count as reading. You're still processing the same words in your head as if you read them off a page. It's just that you're taking them in a different way. And this, I mean, for myself, I read audiobooks. I do actually. I've got arthritis in my neck and shoulder a little bit, and sometimes holding a book is bloody painful, to be honest. So when it is playing up, being able to put an audiobook on and experience the same stories that I would as reading a physical book, it's absolutely brilliant. I honestly don't. I can't even see why it's a question, to be honest. I mean, it's exactly the same words that's in the book. It's just that you're taking them in a slightly different way. You still have to concentrate the same amount as if you were reading a book. So yeah, absolutely, it's reading. To be honest, I think comic books and graphic novels actually take a little bit more concentration, because you've got the words and you've got to take notice of the artwork, because it's all too easy to zoom through it, just read the speech bubbles and say, oh yeah, I'm done with it. But you've got to experience the art as well, so you've got to give as much time to the artwork as the words. But yeah, reading is reading, whether it's a magazine, audiobook, novel, 10,000 page fantasy epic, who cares? A book is a book, reading is reading. And prompt 7 is, have you ever looked down on someone for reading a popular fluff book? And it says that a fluff book is like a self-help book or a celebrity biography or something. And no, I don't see why you would look down on someone for reading those. Like a self-help book, why would you look down on someone that was using one of many ways to better themselves? Don't understand why you'd look down on someone for that. And as for celebrity autobiographies, again, I don't know why you'd look down on someone for reading something like that. I don't read many autobiographies myself, but the last couple that I read Bruce Dickinson, the vocalist from Iron Maiden, his, which is a phenomenal book. It's 5 stars every day of the week. It's amazing. And I also read Brian Blessed's autobiography, which again was brilliant. I wouldn't look down on anyone for reading those. And the 8th prompt is, have you ever been the recipient of somebody else's bookish snobbery? And quick answer to this one, not that I know of. And if I have, really don't care. That's a them problem. So yeah, no, I haven't. So these stepping stones are pretty interesting. They're known locally as just the stepping stones. And a while ago there was a gentleman and he was walking with his dog over the chase, and he came to this stream and he couldn't get across it because it was flooded a little bit. And he got permission from Lord Lichfield to build some stepping stones across it. And the stepping stones themselves were taken actually from a hangman's house. Known as the Hangman's Gatehouse. And because of the dark history behind these stones, this little area is said to be haunted. But that is a story for another day. And prompt 9 is, would you ever be friends with a snob? And yeah, I guess I would be. Just because someone has a personality trait that I don't find that appealing doesn't mean that they're not a great person in other ways. They could be the kindest person on earth, and they might just be a bit of a book snob. It's no biggie really, is it? I'm not a fan of echo chambers, to be honest. I think it's good to be friends and try and see other people's points of views and get on with people on their other merits. You know, they might be an awesome person. It's just that some of their viewpoints might not align with yours, and that's okay. And prompt 10 is, are those who don't read less sophisticated than those who do? It's a bit of a difficult one, that is. I mean, you could get someone that doesn't read and they might spend every Thursday or Friday night at the theatre or at the opera or dining out at fine restaurants. It is what it is. I'd say maybe if someone reads very highbrow literature and that's all they read, maybe they are. I don't know. If you read, you read. If you don't, who's to say that your other hobbies don't have worth? It's not my place to say. So yeah, I'm rambling on that one. I don't necessarily agree with that. And we come to prompt 11, which is, measure yourself against your answers for the previous prompts. And do I think I'm a book snob? I really don't think I am. I think I'm way too laid back with my reading and to be a snob. I enjoy a fast-paced, trashy horror novel as much as I do reading a classic. If a story's good, if it's got good characters, if I enjoy it, I don't care if it's the latest bestseller or a 200-year-old classic. It really doesn't make no odds to me. Yeah, I don't see myself as being better than anyone else just because I've read a certain book or not. It's whatever. But yeah, put it down in the comments if you think I'm a book snob or not. I'll leave it to you to all decide whether I am or not. Right, this probably doesn't look too bad, but it's really steep and really stony and sandy and slippy, and I don't think this is going to go well. Right, so I'm at the bottom. I don't know if you can tell, all the way down there's like a darker trail, and that's because I came down 90% of that on my arse. Not good. So the final prompt is to tag others in the video. I think pretty much everyone's already done this, so if you haven't done this and you see this, consider yourself tagged. And as for proper tags, I'll tag my good friends Nikhil at Shelf Esteem and Ellie at Bibbidi Bobbidi Books. And with the final tag being completed, that just about brings us to the end of this video. So as always, thank you ever so much for watching and subscribing and all that. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're well wherever you are in the world, and I hope you're enjoying what you're reading. As for me, I'm going to just finish my walk off. I'll see you in the next one. So you all take care. Bye.